Hey everybody, Claire here, and today I cannot wait to show you one of my favorite recipes. What I love about this is once you understand the base concept, you can just play with it, get creative, and make as many different variations as you want. And I love recipes like this. Essentially what we're making is almost like a little cheesecake, but the key ingredient here is braised fruit. So I am using Chateau Ste Riesling, and that is going to be what everything's cooking in. So it's going to give it this really beautiful flavor. The Riesling itself is actually quite dry, so we're supplementing it with sugar and other flavors, but the flavors in the Riesling are wonderful, especially with something like apricot. It's just fantastic. So we're braising this until it gets super delicious and tender, and then I'm making a no-bake cheesecake that goes underneath it in a little tart shell. It's so easy and fun. And make sure to stick around until the end of the video because I am partnering with Chateau Ste to bring you a really cool opportunity. So make sure to stick around for that. It's really fun. You do not want to miss out on it. So to make sort of the base of this, I have about 3/4 of a pound or 12 ounces of dried apricots, 3/4 cup of sugar, a couple cinnamon sticks, and about half an orange peeled. And then I'm gonna be using about 1.5 cups of the Riesling. So to braise the fruit, I am just going to put everything together and let it simmer until this is really tender. So first goes in the apricots. And the cool thing about this is you can use any dried fruit you want. If you wanted to switch this out for the Chateau Ste Merlot, you could do this with dried cherries or dried blueberries. But I love the apricots, they're so delicious. Then I'm gonna add my sugar, the orange peel, and then cinnamon sticks. And similarly, you can add whatever flavorings you want to this. So if you wanted to have something that maybe had more of a fall vibe, you could add star anise, you could add like clove, really rich, sort of interesting spices. If you wanted this to feel sort of Middle Eastern, you could add pistachios and cardamom and that kind of thing. So it's really fun to play around with. So next, I'm just gonna add about 1.5 cups. So about 1/3 of the bottle, just right on top. And then I'm gonna bring this to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer. So my apricots are fully braised, so that means that they just are so tender, and I just love how they look. It's just like, they look like little gemstones, like just so beautiful. And so the Riesling is cooked down and concentrated in flavor. So this is why it's really important to actually use a wine that you would enjoy drinking. So the Chateau Ste Riesling's perfect for this because it has a really wonderful flavor. It's dry, it's not too sweet. So that means that this is gonna have just an amazing depth of flavor and a really fabulous richness. So I have my other stuff out here. So what I have is some shortbread, sort of like mini tarts. All I did was took my classic shortbread cookie recipe and I just put it into muffin tins, and that's how I made these. You could do bars instead and just do like a layer of shortbread cookies, or if you just don't feel like it, you can bake shortbread cookies separately and just combine it all, sort of deconstruct it on a plate. It's very flexible. I then have about 8 ounces of softened cream cheese that I've also whipped up a little bit. So all I'm gonna do is combine all of these elements together and make something really delicious. I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then here's the secret. I'm gonna pour off a couple tablespoons of the syrup, which is just like, so good. So much flavor. And I'm just gonna whip it all together. All right, let's see how that tastes. Oh gosh, so good. So to build this, it could not be simpler. All I'm doing is taking a small scoop of the cream cheese mixture, and then I'm gonna add the apricots on top. So I'd say like 3 or 4 apricots is probably a good amount. Gorgeous. And now I'm gonna drizzle them with just a little bit of the extra syrup. These look so cute. Oh my goodness. I love this recipe so much. And I know I already mentioned this, but seriously, this works in like any context. That's what I'm obsessed with, is you can just sort of adapt it to whatever you feel like. All right, so I have to dig in. This looks so lovely. And I know it's just gonna break apart because the shortbread's so tender. That is so delicious. Oh my gosh. I love these flavors. The Riesling and the apricot was just fantastic. It's like the perfect pairing. I'm Really love this. And what I like about it too is it's an unexpected use of wine in a dessert context. I feel like people don't typically think of using wine to make dessert. You know, we'll use a bottle of wine to cook an amazing fish or to braise meat, but wine really does work in dessert as well, especially when you're using really delicious dry wine like the Chateau Ste, because if you're using a wine that already has residual sweetness to it, it's just gonna be overkill. So this is absolutely perfect. And the contest I mentioned at the beginning of the episode is so fun. Chateau Ste is putting together a toast to. So you go to toast2.com and you create a toast inspired by this video. And you then share it with hashtag #atoast2, hashtag toast contest. And whichever one they choose, the one they like best, is going to get sent an awesome prize or even a trip to the chateau itself. So make sure to look out for that. It's a lot of fun, so atoast2.com. All right, well, this was absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this super easy breezy tart. So good. And please comment below, like the video, and as always, you can find more recipes like this one on thekitschykitchen.com. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.